Hi, my name is Parie Turner. I'm from Las Vegas and I work in media and entertainment. A few years ago, I came into contact with the founder of Worth Fighting For, Denise Goulet. And when I first met her, she was talking about Worth Fighting For and the initiative of Worth Fighting For. So long before Worth Fighting For actually became an organization, it was really a burning passion that she had to start something and just help people who needed to be fought for. And when I met her, the words, "You're worth fighting for," impacted me so deeply. And I knew that it was for me. I was coming out of a life transition. I was caught up in some really bad situations. And when I met her, I just knew that I needed what Worth Fighting For had to offer. Being connected to Worth Fighting For has completely transformed and impacted my life. I went through the Change program, and in the Change program, they offer counseling to people who have been victims of abuse. And going through that, just being a part of the Change program has completely transformed my life, where I was stuck in negative patterns, negative cycles in my life. I had a certain way of thinking that if I didn't encounter or have access to therapy, I would probably still be doing the same things because my mind would be in that same place and I wouldn't have the tools. So being able to get the right tools to help change my thinking, help change my frame of mind, learn healthy patterns has helped me to overcome a lot of abuse and trauma that I went through. All the painful memories that I had that used to just play over and over in my head, I am now able to think in a new way and not think with the victim mentality, but think of myself as a person who's not a victim, a person who's empowered, a person who's loved, a person who's cared about, versus my old mindset that kept me going back to abusive situations. If someone were to ask me what Worth Fighting For is about, I would say that there's so many aspects and facets of Worth Fighting For and what they do in the cause. I think the underlying theme is that everybody's worth fighting for. That if you're in a situation, abusive situation, human trafficking, just any negative situation, you're worth fighting for. You're worth the chance to come out and have a fighting chance and be granted with the resources and the tools in order to come out. Sometimes we can be in situations where we don't know how to fight back, and we are victims of a situation or a circumstance, but Worth Fighting For is exactly what the name is. It takes a person who has gone through trauma and it makes them worth fighting for. They put the person at the forefront and say, "I'm going to fight for you." Regardless of your nationality, your race, your creed, whatever you may find yourself in, you're worth fighting for. You're worth somebody standing up for you. I think with Worth Fighting For, they let me know that I was worth it. In times where I felt like no one cared about me, there were times where I went to various sources or people for help and I was turned away. I was victim blamed, where I came in for help for having some sort of problem, and the narrative was pointed back at me to say, "Well, what did you do to get into this?" Or I was denied help for various reasons pertaining to my background. But with Worth Fighting For, I was able to receive unbiased, unsolicited help just because I needed help, because I was worth it. And before encountering Worth Fighting For, I felt like I didn't have a fighting chance in a lot of areas in my life where I was literally just wishing someone would come in and help me, almost come in and rescue me from certain situations. And Worth Fighting For has helped me out in more ways than one. They've helped me out with therapy. They've helped me out with legal help, where I was literally in situations where I needed someone to help fight for me, and they came in and said, "We're going to help you." And that, it just speaks volumes of what they do and how they provide for people. And Worth Fighting For is exactly who they are. They take people and they make a claim on you and say that you're worth fighting for.